Hi guys, welcome back to Scott Family Homestead. Today we are going to inventory seeds. I have a very exciting announcement coming up, and it is about a seed swap we are hosting here. But first we're going to pull out all of my seeds, kind of go through them, and show how I'm organizing this for the seed swap and how I organize my free seed library that's available in my farm stand all summer long. I have a very extensive seed collection. I have accumulated them over many years. I collect seeds from my own garden, and I have done seed swaps before with other people. And if I find a good deal on seeds, I'm going to buy them up. I've also had people send me seeds, and so I have a very extensive collection, and I would love to show it to you. Let's start by first pulling out everything that I have. It needs a lot of organization because I am also terrible at organizing seeds. And as I plant stuff, I just leave the packets open and I'll chuck them into a container to be sorted later. So that is today's job. Now I have to actually do all the sorting that I put off last spring when I used all of these seed packets. So I'm going to work through it. I'm going to categorize all of them and show you how I organize them normally, and then how I'm going to do it for the seed swap. And then I'll give you information on the swap. It's going to be hosted here on our farm, so if you're local, you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. Okay. It's a lot. Okay, this is where I normally organize my seeds. I'll go through that first. This is my seed library. So this was in the farm stand all year last year. And I have all of these packets of different types. These are all things that I planted last year, and then I took a few extra seeds from each packet and put them into one of these just little packets from Amazon, and then I wrote the instructions on there. So I have a whole variety in here. There's herbs, there's flowers, there are all kinds of vegetables, and I even have a couple of extra packets I've never used all in here. So these for sure will be included in the seed swap, but I'm hoping to add quite a bit to it. This is just a recipe box from Amazon, and seed packets fit in there really nicely. So that's the free seed library. These are my big totes. I used to be able to fit everything in here. I first started out with binders. If you use photo pages in a binder, the seeds can slip right into those photo pages. It works really good, except for things that are larger, like beans, nasturtium, things where the packets take up a lot of space. So I switched to using something like this, and I had two different systems that I kind of used with this. The first is this one, which I have some miscellaneous ones that need to be put back in here. But these are all labeled by type. And so I would put cherry tomatoes in one and larger beefsteak tomatoes in another. I have one for kales, one for lettuces. And so I can organize them by type in here. Then as I'm getting closer to planting time, this side is flowers and herbs. But this side, I have these little photo organizers, and they are labeled with dates, so when I want to plant things. So I start pulling out everything that I want to seed start on May 1st. It starts as early as March 1st. And then what I'm going to direct sow come those dates. So I have all of these, and I would kind of separate out, okay, today's the day. I can take one of these and it's got all my seeds that I want to start today, and it can kind of keep me organized. I've kind of outgrown this system a bit. I do want to get back to using these with the dates on them because it's super handy, but not all of my seeds fit into these organizers anymore. But for most, they would be really great. But again, the larger things, beans, peas, anything that has larger seeds, they're hard to fit multiple packets. And I you will find I am a colorful gardener. So I don't always grow things for productivity. I love heirlooms. I love things that are colorful. I want all the colors. So I'm gonna grow the black tomatoes, the white tomatoes, the oranges, the yellows, the reds, the pinks, all of them. And I like a lot of variety. And so I don't start like a ton of every single type, but I start a lot of different varieties. And so with that, my seed collection has kind of grown. Every year I would add a couple extra, and now I've gotten this. So these are awesome. You can buy these on Amazon. You can buy them, I think the best deal is Michael's when they're on sale. I have paid as low as $12 per organizer, but typically the sale is, I think, like 15 bucks for one of these organizers. And you can get them just clear. You don't have to get colorful ones, but it's just one of the things that I like. All right, I'm almost out of these, but I had somebody send me some of these Bank On seeds, and they have some really cool packs. I really like them, but they come with these little containers, and they're like little discs. I've been kind of working on repackaging these into a paper seed packet, just because this isn't always the easiest way to carry out seeds with me to the garden. But I've got a good collection of those that I'm working through. I've used a lot of them already. Let's see, in here I also have, I got these giant packs of seeds. So these are Blue Lake bush beans, and I paid like $1 for these. They were on clearance. I've got peas as well. And so I don't know anything about this brand, but they are types of seeds and varieties that we would normally grow anyways. And I was able to get them super cheap because the hardware store was clearancing all this out. So this wouldn't fit into one of my organizers. I have to find something to do with these, or just repackage and give away some of these. Now I have my container of seeds that I planted last year. So all of these are open seed packets that I planted last year, and I need to go through all of them and take an inventory. So something that I do with these, I open up every packet, even if it's not open, to see how much is in it. Do I have enough for this year? And how old are the seeds? And then I mark the packets. Oh, there's a little lavender pack. So I will mark with red things that are in low supply, and then I will mark with a green sticker on it if I need to use them up soon, because the date is getting kind of old on them. So green means go, plant them this year, and red means warning, you don't have a whole lot left. So that helps me do a little bit of an inventory on them and know what I've got. So right now I don't have a ton that have red or green on them, because last year I made an effort to use up every packet that was nearly empty and put the rest, if there was any left, into my seed library. So I finished off a lot of packets last year, and even some of these that are in here are going to be empty. I keep my empty seed packets so I know what I used up and what I need to reorder. So this is going to be a process, going through all of these. And then I also have some, looks like they got stuck in here. These are also things that I planted last year. There's a couple more missing photo organizers. And then in here I have all of my random little baggies where I grabbed seeds out of something that I brought inside. So we ate these mini bells and I took the seeds out of it. I've got watermelon seeds, 3 different varieties from last year. These are lipstick peppers. So these I collected myself, and I can't guarantee that they are pure seeds because they could have cross-pollinated. So these I just keep for myself, and I'll keep planting them and collecting the seeds and just keep that going. Let's see, I have some purple potted pole beans. These are probably my favorite pole beans, and I have been using this packet that I saved from our old house for a couple of years, and so we'll just keep that going. And then I also have my beans that I saved that I haven't popped open yet. So the kids like to do that. We'll just get a big tray and we'll sit and crack all of these open and collect all the seeds out of them. Let's see what this one is. Good Mother Stallard, I think. Yep. So these are from last year. We did not eat any of these. I actually just grew them to multiply how many seeds I had. These are all Good Mother Stallard, and they shouldn't be cross-pollinated. They should be pure. And so we'll go through and crack all of these open and plant them this year. We also have whatever these are. Completely unlabeled. Your guess is as good as mine. They could be pole beans, they could be bush beans. They're old. They're not from last year. These are dragon tongue. So they're probably all bush beans. Maybe we'll plant them this year and just see what we get. But either way, the kids will like to crack them all open. The hard part is if you don't know if they're a bush bean or a pole bean, you don't know where to plant them. These are Jacob's cattle beans, also a bush bean. And a bean that I don't have any right now. So, I don't know. These are all probably just bush beans. We'll crack them all open, we'll put them in a big jar, and then we'll plant them this year in a big row and just see what we get. Some more pepper seeds. A lot of these are my direct sown seeds, so seeds that I sowed a little bit later. Flowers, sunflowers. Most of these are empty because I just took all my sunflower packets and tossed them out into the tilled soil last year and planted all the sunflowers. I also have a great big bag of sunflower heads that we have not torn apart yet. We're going to take all the seeds out of those, and marigold seeds. Those we did take apart, and I posted a short about it. If you want to see saving marigold seeds in the middle of winter, I just went out in the snow and picked flower heads off of those plants. There's still time if you've got flower heads that are dried outside. Okay, so as you can see, I have a very big task in front of me, just organizing these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some of my berry baskets. We're going to just start labeling this by type and filing what we have into each of those until I have this a little bit sorted. Then we're going to decide what to do with each packet and each variety. I'm not going to walk through every step of that in this video, but I'll show you kind of my process and then some of the things I'm really excited about growing. So I'm going to go get all of this organized and then I'll be back. Let's talk about the seed swap for just a minute here. We're going to host this event in our high tunnel. That's the plan for now. If the high tunnel doesn't work out because of weather or something else, we will have it in the barn and we will have some heat because usually in the beginning of April, it's not super warm. Hopefully the high tunnel will be nice and warm and cozy and we'll be able to host it in there. So April 5th at 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock. If you do not have seeds to swap, you are still welcome to come because we're going to have tons of free seeds. So come to the event. You can meet other gardeners. We're going to have a limited number of plants for sale. So if you're worried about April 5th being kind of late to start seeds, we will have some peppers and tomatoes and probably some greens ready for sale. But I think you could still start tomatoes and peppers at that point, because even the peppers that you're supposed to start 8 weeks ahead of time, that puts you at the beginning of June, which is usually when I like to put my peppers out anyways. Because this is a somewhat outdoor event, we had to push it out a little bit. If you guys are not from the north, April probably seems really, really late for a seed swap, but trust me, a lot of these things can be direct sown, and a lot of them can be started at the beginning of April and be ready to go in the ground by the time our last frost date rolls around, which is close to the end of May. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through and see what I already have ready to be given away. A lot of these packets, I have a ton of varieties of tomatoes, Mortgage Lifter, German Red, Black Beauty, that's one of my favorites, Paul Robeson, Dead Sunset, Tommy Toe, that's probably my favorite cherry tomato, Gold Rush Currant, that's almost like a spoon tomato, but they're gold, kind of cool, and Brad's Atomic Grape. Now, in my tomatoes, I still have a lot of different ones. So right off the bat, spoon tomatoes, I don't have one, so we'll go ahead and make a packet of that. And we have black cherry. So a lot of these had packets, but people took them last year, which is awesome. Terracotta. Let's see what else we've got here that we love. Some pink jazz, mushroom basket, white tomasol. So I'm going to go through all of these. Orange Hat dwarf tomatoes, that's a start I plan on having. These you can grow on your countertop, super cool. And so we got the bumblebees in here, Amish paste. We'll go ahead and get some giveaway packets, seed swap packets put together. And then I'm going to sort them at the seed swap in these containers. And then my seeds that I'm keeping for myself will get sorted by date of when I'm going to start them over here. So that's just the tomatoes. We have herbs, peppers. We already have a bunch of these made up. But like I said, I love all the different colors. So you're gonna see a whole lot of variety. We've got hot peppers and sweet peppers. Maybe I'll make 2 separate containers for that so you kind of know which is which. Poblanos did great last year in our high tunnel. We're definitely gonna do those again. We got cayennes. These are like a chili pepper, but they're purple. So super cool and very spicy. So yeah, we've got a whole variety of different peppers, beans, corn, squash. We have some really cool smaller squash that grow great here in northern Wisconsin, but we also have some really cool pumpkins. The Long Island cheese pumpkin is one of our favorites to grow. Your classic field pumpkin. These I tried last year and they didn't grow, so we're gonna try them again, see if we get anything out of that. And Winter Luxury Pie, this is the best cooking pumpkin that I have found. We also have zucchinis in there, melons, everything from Kajari melon. We mostly grow really small melons here, so we've got Minnesota midget melon, sweet passion melon, and that's just because our growing season is short and I am able to get produce out of it if I grow the small ones. We've got cucumbers, sour gherkins. There's probably some in here you have not seen before. This one is a lemon cucumber. I have carrots. Again, all different colors of carrots. We got some really cool varieties here. And I might put together some packets because I don't have a ton of each variety. I might just put together like a rainbow mix and kind of throw a couple seeds of each color in there and make some packets of that. We've got kales of all different colors. I've got lots of lettuce seeds from last year, lettuces and spinach. We've got Merlot, We've got your romaine style. Paris Island is probably my favorite for that. And we've also got just little butter crunch lettuces. So we'll have some of these for sale and seeds available. I have all of these root veggies, so I'm gonna have to go through this. So we've got different types of beets. We have all kinds of types of radishes and rutabagas, turnips. So we'll have those available. Peas, I got the big bags of peas, so I'll package up some of those, including some yellows. I have brassicas, so cabbages, bok choy. We've got some broccolis and cauliflowers, so we'll make up some packets for those as well. And then I'm gonna have to split this one up a little bit. This is flowers. So these are my sunflowers, zinnias, all my herbal flowers like calendula and echinacea. And so I'm gonna have to find a way to break some of these up. But we will also have all kinds of flowers. A lot of them you can direct sow, and those will be available as well. So now I have a very large task ahead of me of just going through each of these packets. My plan, as you can see, is to not buy seeds for a while. I do think that I'm going to need some carrot seeds because I'm running low on some of these, but for the most part, I can't imagine I would need any more than what I have right here. I am very excited to swap and maybe get some varieties that I don't have, but for the most part, we're fully covered. So I hope you guys will come out, check out our event, come to the farm. It's going to be springtime, so you probably want to wear boots, but otherwise we're going to have all kinds of stuff set up. We're going to have activities for the kids. I'm still working on that, but I think we might make seed paper, recycle paper, and you add seeds to it, and then you can plant that paper and have a little children's garden with cosmos and zinnias. I think that would be really fun, but I'm still kind of throwing around some ideas. If you've got any good kid craft ideas to keep them entertained while the parents seed swap and chat, that would be great too. So I really look forward to seeing all of you guys and sharing our abundance that we have here. Because I like to buy seeds, but I'm gonna have to get rid of some before I continue to keep this hobby going. So I appreciate every single one of you that wants to come along. And like I said, if you don't have seeds to share, come anyways. That's perfectly fine. We're gonna have the store open. We're gonna have meat available. You can pick up any of our bundles. It's gonna be just an awesome time, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys. But other than that, thank you so much for watching today. If you are looking for anything specific seed-wise, you can reach out to me and I'll see what I can do. And if you're wanting a video going through favorite tomato varieties or favorite pepper varieties, I would love to do those videos too. I just know that there's a lot of them already out there. And so let me know what you're looking for and I will make it happen, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for hanging out with me. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye guys.
Hear them. Come on. Come on. These ones must be very little. They're actually big. Even though they sounded very little, they're actually very big.